When I was working on my PhD, my first month at the PhD program, I learned a lesson in life that sometimes you just can't get involved in things that you don't understand. And if you're not willing to put the time into it, then maybe do something that you're willing to put the time into. So, I had gotten to know some of my classmates, and one night we had gone to a group of 8 or 9 of us had gone out to dinner. Now, going out to eat is already challenging enough for me because I have dietary restrictions. A lot of times when I explain to people about my dietary restrictions, it doesn't get accepted very well among my peers. Fortunately, we were young. I find the younger somebody is, the more willing they are to accept differences in life. Nowadays, when I go out with my colleagues, they don't want to deal with me. They'd rather have the event without me than to accept me for what I eat. But that's that. So I get to the restaurant, and at the time, I had a credit card that had a rewards program. Most of my classmates didn't. Most of my classmates were still using old-fashioned cash. This was 2007, different times. And I thought I could be smart and put the entire tab on my credit card and collect everybody's cash. At the time, I had just gotten over my fear of flying. I wanted to travel one day to Japan to go look for my future wife. And I told all my classmates that. Of course, I don't like looking for my future wife anymore, but I still love traveling. And I can't wait for COVID-19 to be done with, and I'm really excited to see the currency levels, currency exchange rates of some of the countries that I want to go to. I won't say what country it is on the camera, but they're having a very bad situation with COVID-19. And you know, I kind of, when I saw how many people were dying of COVID-19 over there, for a split second, I thought, oh, that's great, because all the older people are going to die and leave behind the younger people for me to mingle with, right? That's how I feel sometimes. I'm always looking for an edge somewhere, even if it comes from a bad situation. That's why I don't want to mention what country I'm talking about. Their currency is getting weaker. Anyway, so I put the entire tab on my credit card and I collect everybody's cash. And I had a good time. And I think I had a Chase credit card, and you can deposit the cash into an ATM. So on my way home, I went to an ATM to deposit all that cash, and everything seemed good. And the next day, I go to my online banking, because I really didn't think much of it, right? And I realized I was very short, right? I think we each spent about $20, $30 or so, but I was short like $80 or $90. And I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to recount where everybody was sitting and how much I collected from everybody. And I didn't want to bring it up to my classmates because I didn't want to embarrass myself, because I had the night before I had been boasting about how I was going to take a trip to Japan one day and how many reward points this was going to contribute toward that trip. And now that I lost $80, I felt embarrassed about it. But I did continue to mingle with my classmates to see if somebody would let up a hint that they had tried to rip me off or something like that. I don't know what happened, because we're not just talking a few bucks short, right? Something happened. Anyways, so the next time we went out, which was maybe a month, 2 months later, I tried to play the same game again. I didn't let the others know that I had miscalculated last time, but I tried to be much more vigilant this time, and I was very vigilant. I counted the money multiple times, right? Just like Donald Trump would count his votes, like that, it counted it that many times, basically. I get home, and I'm short another $50 or $60. I mean, it's not like we went to eat lavish meals or something like that where the rounding error could be 50 or 60. No, we were students. We went out to like your typical like IHOP or Denny's or something. I can't remember the exact restaurant, but nothing fancy. And I ate even less fancier than that. I mean, I still agreed to split the tab evenly just because I didn't want to argue with people. So I would go to Denny's, I would get a few hard-boiled eggs, but I would still split the bill evenly with everybody because I'm trouble enough for having dietary restrictions. And then to top that off, I don't even get all my money back. So that was really upsetting. Anyway, so I get home and I realize I'm short another $50 or $60, and I'm just losing it. And then it dawned on me that I spent a lot of energy that second time trying to pay attention to the details, and it still wasn't enough. And the energy I was spending was really detracting from my time out, from my time out with my friends. And it dawned on me, how about just enjoy the night out and treat that like the reward rather than trying to chase those credit card rewards, right? Oh, chase the credit card. That's why it's a Chase credit card, right? Anyway, and then it dawned on me that we can't be investing or dabbling with things that we don't fully understand, right? If you're not going to understand how to communicate with your friends to make sure that you're getting all your money back, if you don't want to argue with people about splitting the tab evenly because you have dietary restrictions, then don't play with it, right? And so I have a problem with my cell phone charger. So when I go out to a restaurant, and let's say my table is over here, my camera's not zooming in correctly. Let's say my table is over here, and I need to charge my cell phone, but the outlet is like over there. And I have a tendency to forget my cell phone when I leave. Even as much as I try to remind myself, I've learned to sometimes write down, like even like if I have a pen and I'll write it down in my hand, did you remember your cell phone? And one time I had written it down. I had been charging my phone at a restaurant, but then I needed to go to work, and I was trying to frantically wash it off of my hands. And I was at a shopping mall doing this, and the guy must have thought I came into contact with COVID-19. That's how vigorously I was trying to wash. Anyway, so the other day I needed to charge my cell phone. I was waiting for an important text message, and I knew that would be trouble for me. So I decided to watch the phone as it was charging for like 2-3 minutes, just enough to get a little bit of juice, because that would be more preferable than losing my cell phone. And I know from history I cannot play that game. Anyways, don't dabble with things you don't understand, and think about what's important in life, right? If it's going to take a lot of effort just to chase 50 cents worth of rewards, maybe your effort is much better spent having the time out with your friends.